Hello and welcome to LockNet's Guiding Principle Overview video. Now for those of you who don't know me, I'm Chad Miller, CEO of LockNet, and it is, January 31st, 2018. I cannot believe it's the end of January already. But those of you who are new to the organization, please take the time to watch this, understand it, and embrace it. And for those of you who are considering joining our team or just kind of stumbled across this on the internet, do realize I'm a bit of a culture nut and guiding principles nut, especially as it pertains to LockNet and our organization. These really are core to us as a company, us as a family. They drive who we are, they drive what we do, and we really live this stuff at LockNet. And if you can't tell by now, yeah, it really does mean a lot to me. So about how these work, I'm going to go through them one by one, talk about them. Now realize we've laid these out in a very specific order, such as when you're going down the list, if there's ever a question of how do I act or how do I behave, it's kind of a litmus test going down one by one. So I'll talk in just a moment about safety comes first because that's at the top of the list. So safety will always come first and that will trump the next one. I'm honest and respectful. So if you're in a situation and you see a bowling ball rolling off a shelf and is about to clock one of your friends on the head, you might choose to be disrespectful and shove them out of the way to embrace safety comes first and make sure they don't get cracked in the head with a bowling ball. So that's kind of how it works. I think you can figure it out from there. So with that said, let me dive right into these guys. Safety comes first. Always, everything, we always consider safety in what we do, and it's at the top of the list. So, that pertains to everything. If we need to change a light bulb, that means that we go and we get the ladder to do it instead of the flimsy chair sitting in the room that's quick and easy to do. When we're in the shop, walking around the welding areas or other places where eye protection is required, we grab our safety glasses. And Jeff Jasper, thank you, because when I'm over there, you always point me out and make me wear them, and I appreciate that because I do slip up and forget from time to time. So, we call each other on these things too, and that's awesome. I love it. So safety comes first. So that applies in what we do, how we conduct our business just throughout the day. It especially applies when we're specifying products for our customers. There's a whole lot of life safety codes out there and other things that we know and take into consideration. And when we're deciding what lock to put on a door, what type of door to supply, we'll always err on the side of safety. Make sure that it's meeting life safety codes and whatever situations call for in that respect. So next one, I am honest and respectful. Now a lot of organizations might say, hey, honesty and respectfulness, that's just kind of a baseline. We don't even need to put that in our list. Now we were very intentional about including this because unfortunately, all too often in the industries in which we work, honesty isn't always the way that everybody goes about doing business. People will substitute parts, violate the spec to make an extra buck, pad the bottom line. At LockNet, that's not who we are. That's not how we do business. We just simply don't. We're always honest, even to a fault, as people might say it sometimes. If we see a spec come through and we know, hey, we can make a ton of money off this, but it's really the wrong product for the customer, we're going to point that out to them up front. Say, hey, we really think it should be this. Here's the reasons why. Now, if they still want to go with the other one, great. But we'll always be honest and we'll always make that known. We'll never do the shady substitutions, anything like that. Again, honesty is key. Now, being respectful. I think all of you know what respect means and how that works. What's really important here is that we always keep that top of mind and that we keep that approach in everything that we do, not only with each other and of course not only with our customers, but vendors, suppliers, strangers on the street, just everybody. Respect is key in gaining people's trust and teamwork, and so we are always respectful. And for the times where you slip up or something happens, do the respectful thing and apologize and make it right. It's just kind of core, again, to who we are and how we conduct business, how we are with each other. So the next one, I listen and serve others before ourselves. This one, to me, it's always too easy when you're in a conversation with somebody and they're talking, your head's working, you're jumping ahead. I know where they're going with this. I'm going to jump in with the answer. I know what's going on. Stop. Take the time to listen. Really dive in. Understand what they're saying. By truly listening, that's how we can understand the needs of others, develop those solutions, and really bring the right solution to the table to thrive as an organization. And by serving others, this seems kind of obvious at surface level, but we really do need to have the spirit and the mentality of serving others so, again, we can provide the best offering to our customers and provide the best long-term solutions. Now our next one is I am purposeful, accountable, constructive, and proactive. And for those of you who have been here for a while, yes, we have changed that a little bit and we stuck the word accountable in there. It's It's the first change we've made to these in probably 10 years since we first brought them into being. So being purposeful, that means that we just take intention in every action that we take. Now that's when we're sitting at our desk, we're diligently working and staying focused. It also means that, hey, I know we need to take breaks. And so I see a lot of you out throwing darts in the back, playing cornhole, taking time away from your desk. Be intentional about that too. Take the time to recharge, take a break. It's important. Again, we are purposeful in everything that we do. Now, being accountable, that means we take personal responsibility for owning our own work. We do what we say and we say what we do. We honor our commitments and we own our work. It's really important. If you make a commitment to somebody, you follow through on it, or if you know you're going to blow it, be proactive about it, which we'll get to in a minute, and say, hey, I've had made this commitment to you. Things have come up. Here's the circumstances. Here's a new date when I'm going to get this done by. Be accountable. So being constructive, that means that we always find the positive and uplifting approach in things. I know there's difficult conversations that you're going to have. You're going to have to deliver criticism and feedback, but there are always positive ways to do that. One of my favorite books, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends. Oops, sorry, I'm in the home office and you can hear Armageddon driving by, and there it goes. Okay. Well, nope. Is there another one? Yeah, okay. It's faded enough now, so you shouldn't hear it anymore. Back to Dale Carnegie in his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. One of my favorite lines in the book, never criticize, condemn, or complain. Now, I know I'm guilty of that at times, but I try and remember, never do that. And again, going back to being constructive, never criticize, condemn, or complain. Always keep that positive, uplifting approach when you're encountering situations. And finally, being proactive. That means that we think ahead. We foresee problems and we take action now to get ahead of those. I realize it's not possible to foresee everything and be proactive about everything, but also keep in mind with that we don't let carelessness or idleness serve as an excuse for not being proactive. So next one is I focus on efficiency and continuous improvement. I think you hear me say all the time, what got us here isn't going to get us there. Focusing on efficiency allows us to always approach each situation in the most expeditious, most cost-effective manner possible. And as we continue to grow and morph as an organization, being efficient is going to look different and it's going to change, sometimes on a day-to-day basis. So efficiency is a constant evolution there. Now, again, with the continuous improvement, kind of going back, as we continue to grow and we continue to change, we've got to always improve. What worked really well before, oh man, I sound like a beating a dead horse here. Things that worked well aren't going to work well for us in the future. So we've just got to always adapt and always change, always be looking out ahead and saying, how can we be better? How can we be more efficient? How can we improve? So finally, I embrace problems with a positive attitude. Now, I don't know about you, for me, sometimes this can be the toughest one. A lot of times it's just, whenever we deal with a situation, we got to say, hey, this might be a problem, but I've got a great team around me. I can figure this out. We're going to get through it. Now, I know that there are those days or those things that come up where it is like, oh my God, this is horrible. And you just kind of want to, get angry, complain about it. That's when it's most important to remember, hey, we're here to serve others. We're here to thrive by doing that, and so we've just got to embrace this problem. We can acknowledge that it sucks. There's nothing wrong with that, but keep that positive mindset about it. Rally with the team you have around you and realize tomorrow is another day, and we're going to get through it. So that's the overview of the guiding principles. As I said, I love talking about this stuff. I'm a bit of a nut about it, so feel free to grab me, shoot me an email, talk to me. Let's explore this further, and thank you for taking the time to watch today. Bye.